It's Unstable Topic with Sarah and Maggie.
Please hold for an important message.
Hi, you've reached Maggie's voicemail. I can't come to the phone right now, or I'm choosing to ignore your call. Leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Maggie. Real quickly, the website where people can go see our new trailer for Yard of the Month is creeksidegardenclub.com. And what's really cool is that people can actually become garden club members. Granted, it is a fictional garden club, but they do get member benefits. They can also become a member and get some swag, like a really cool shirt that you designed. So it's creeksidegardenclub.com. And sorry, this is Sarah Adams.
End of message.
Hey, welcome to Unstable Topics, a fast-paced, jam-packed, unhinged bestie podcast filled with facts, reacts, and made-up games in between.
We're your hosts, Sarah
And Maggie.
and we're excited for you to join our best friend hangout, where we surprise one another with things we find interesting or hilarious, or just to see how the other will react.
Our friendship might be totally stable, but you never know what your bestie might throw your way to knock you off your game.
So come shake things up, learn something new, and laugh along with us. This is Unstable Topics. Hey, bestie.
Hey, bestie.
All right, this is very unstable, and I am claiming it.
Okay.
I went into Hobby Lobby weeks ago, and you know what's up?
Fall
Decorations and Christmas decorations.
What? At the same
Yes.
time?
Yes. Like a whole back wall had wreath making material, I think I saw ornaments. I'm sure now if I were to go back into the store, there would be more Christmas than fall.
Okay,
And
let me
this-
tell you this.
It's unstable. I don't like it.
It was the week of Thanksgiving a few years ago. Like the week of. It was like Monday. And I went into a store to buy I was hosting. So I wanted to buy some little like leaves or something
Sure.
cute to put out on the table to decorate for Thanksgiving,
Adorable.
which was that week.
Right.
Nothing. They had cleared out all of the Thanksgiving. And I think that's just ridiculous.
I agree.
You need to have that holiday available until that holiday is over.
Agree. 100% agree.
Start slowly introducing things, but we barely got over the 4th of July. We're back to school. There should be apples. There should be teacher gifts. There should be like backpacks and markers all over the place. Not Christmas creeping in.
And Thanksgiving stuff, I'm not okay with it. And it bothered me. And I don't like how it gets earlier and earlier every single year. And
Maybe it'll get so early that it'll actually be at an appropriate time.
maybe it'll just
It'll go all the way back, and then
that or
it'll
doesn't
start
ever
in
go away.
December.
We don't ever get the other holidays. I had a similar situation with Thanksgiving. So every year, I think for the most part, for probably 5 years now, I make my family do this thankful pumpkin. And I say make because no one's excited about it. And I know that. I understand it. But you know what people do love is looking at this thankful pumpkin from 5 years ago and reminiscing. So what a thankful pumpkin is a fake pumpkin, like one of those craft pumpkins, and you write what you're thankful for that year on the thankful pumpkin. And then you put it away, and the next year you bring it back out and you do another one. And so you have like this collection of whomever is with you at Thanksgiving writing on this pumpkin. And you can reflect. And what's really cute now is like Walter is old enough to write, and Annie can hold a pen. So this year it'll be really sweet to see what they do and to reflect. One year I needed to get a pumpkin, and I was thinking, oh, I have time. Week of, just like you, couldn't find one.
No pumpkins.
So now what I do is around Halloween, like the week of Halloween, everything is like 50% off, like at Michael's and stuff. They're craft pumpkins. You go and you get you some. And you
But
stock
you
up.
got to plan a whole month before Thanksgiving for your grateful pumpkin, and that's not right.
It's not right.
Who right now is going to Hobby Lobby and buying Christmas things? Who is doing that?
I want to know
who has the storage space to be purchasing Christmas things that they're going to keep away for months?
You know, Maggie, the only caveat is maybe they're people making things to sell. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I'm
It's
not coming off my
ridiculous.
it's unstable. We need to bring it into it.
What are they
Let's
making? No, no, no. No, no, I've thought about this. Just get red. They have red fabric, green fabric. They've got red bead, green bean. Like they've got all the materials that they can get anywhere else. We're talking sections of stores with like already made
This
decorations.
is true. This is true.
You're not, if you are making something to sell on Etsy for Christmas, you do not need the Christmas section to be out in the middle of summer. It is
100%.
100 degrees outside, and I am heated about this. I'm heated. I'm heated up. I'm
Um,
I'm not celebrating.
Look, let's take that passion, okay? Let's take that heat and let's roll into our first fact. Maggie, are you ready
Fabulous.
for your fact?
Yes, thank you for that fabulous transition.
I'm learning from the best. Every year, dozens of people stand at the top of Cooper's Hill in the UK. Then, a 7 to 8 pound wheel of double Gloucester cheese is thrown down. That's their cue to start running, sliding, and tumbling after this wheel of cheese. The first one to the bottom wins.
Is this airing after your Monday mini fact about watermelon skiing?
I don't know. I don't know how this is going to line up. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the watermelon fact is playing before this episode.
Okay, because I just have to say, who knew that so many towns, so many cities, so many places have sports involving food going down hills? This is incredible.
I want to do this. It happens every year. It's been going on for I think 200 to 300 years. And you race this wheel of cheese. And if you win, you get to keep the wheel of cheese.
And I love cheese.
I know.
Would you win and give me the cheese because you and cheese?
I wouldn't play. I would have you as our representative.
And
You
you
would
would
go
be at
as
the
tribute.
finish line. Okay.
I would be at the
Okay.
finish line, ready to catch you and the cheese. Because they say people tumble down this very steep hill. So
Oh, I'm sure.
a lot of a lot of rugby players do it. And I'm like, okay.
If I was running down this hill, I would look like such an idiot. Because I'd be so, I get really competitive about
Yes.
things and like laser focused, but I also do not want to face plant. That is one of my biggest fears, I would say. And so if there's a chance that I could face plant, I am going to be cautious, but I'm going to be so hyped up that I'm going to look extra dumb because I'm going to be like, hyped up face, hyped up arms, but then teeny tiny little steps sideways because I don't want to fall on my face.
It's how do you balance those two contradicting forces inside your body? Because
Right.
I think you just have to plan and accept you're gonna fall. And maybe you just start by doing a cartwheel down the hill to get it started,
Oh,
right?
maybe I just do you know how I would roll? I'd roll sideways.
One of
Like
those,
I'd lie down like
yeah,
a body,
like a log.
like a log. That's a better example. I'd lie down
I would lie
because I am a
down like a
body.
body because you are a body.
I
What
am a
you wanted to
body.
say is like a dead body is what
I
you were
did,
trying.
but then I was like, oh, self-edit that out. Just be a body, a singular log body. Put my arms on my side and then double blah 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 blah. Maybe I'd wear a helmet.
You would have to wear a helmet and knee pads and elbow pads. I would wear cleats too.
Cleats.
Yeah, to really get into the ground.
Oh, but my feet are just going to be flopping around because I'm rolling the whole way. I'm never getting up.
You're never
I'm
getting
rolling. I'm rolling with the cheese.
okay.
As the way of the cheese, the way
Well,
of
the cheese is
me.
probably going faster than you.
You think so?
I would think so because the cheese it said goes up to 70 miles an hour.
Oh my goodness! Look at us. Us chasing a speeding cheese.
Well,
The things people do.
well, Maggie, now knowing like kind of your internal forces at play,
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what you will say to this react.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What is the most dangerous game or sport you would or have played?
Ooh. Would play, have played. Would play, have played. I think like sports that could be dangerous. I've heard fishing is one of the most dangerous sports because you've got the hook. People get hooked in the face and the eye,
You
and
don't think it's you
that
don't
could
think it's the
be
drowning? You think it's the hook? You don't think it's the body of water at which they are fishing?
Oh, wow. Another layer. Fishing. That's it. 100%.
And you
100%. It has to be fishing because I thought fishing was dangerous just because there's a sharp little hook. But
mm,
you have now added an entire body of evidence,
mhm.
a whole body of water. And now it's got to be fishing. And I've done that many times. I have gone fishing and I've survived. And I guess I'm a hero.
Probably. My mind initially went to it's not a sport, but like I guess it is a sport in some places. The like bungee jumping or the
Oh,
like the
skydiving.
skydiving or where you climb I think it's called free climbing, but when you climb up mountains without anything attached to your body,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Rock climbing, but free climbing.
free climbing. Yeah, those things terrify me. Would never do it. So if we're talking about
No.
something I would or have, those would not be on my list.
You've never done any of those things?
Never bungee jumped. I mean, never free climbed. No.
So, when Kyle and I first started dating, one of our first dates was skydiving. So, I planned the skydiving trip because there was a Groupon, and this girl from work was like, "Let's buy this Groupon." So I did, and then she was like, "I actually cannot skydive. I am so sorry. I don't know why I said that." So then I took Kyle and we went skydiving.
What? I
And
never knew you went skydiving. Was it like I get anxious just thinking about being like if I picture myself in the plane about to jump up, like right now my heart rate is already going up.
well, it's funny because you have to do this class before, and during the class, I was like freaking out. I was very nervous, and Kyle was so cool, cool as a cucumber on this whole class.
Really?
Then we get in this tiny plane, and I've got the guy who's with all the people that freak out. He's my tandem, and he was really, calming me down. He's like, "Look, this is where we go, and like, watch this. We'll go last." And it was I calmed down. My anxiety dropped.
That's like right now.
Kyle
I am
did.
freaking out.
Kyle had been so cool in the class that they paired him with the guy who was like, "Let's go!" And Kyle, when he got in the plane, started to feel a little more anxious because he did not have the soothing tandem guide. But yeah, it was a fun date. And then the next year, for 1 year, he planned bungee jumping, and then we went bungee jumping.
Where did you go bungee jumping at?
This place like off a highway that had like go-karts and all these
Oh,
little
yes,
adventure
off of
things.
is it off of 35? Like
I
in
think it's yeah.
635? So yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about. I see
And
those people.
That was more scary for me than the skydiving. It felt a little more, like carnival. I was like, "I don't know. I don't trust this as much." And
But you did
also
it.
I did, but you have to jump for bungee. With the tandem, the guy just kind of was like, "Here we go, 1, 2, 3," and then pushes you out with them. The
Yeah.
bungee jumping is all on you. Like,
Yeah.
you have to make the decision.
Oh my
Oof.
gosh. I am impressed. I for you and for Kyle to do both of those things. I
You're
don't know
very
if it's just
brave.
because how as you get older in life, you realize the fragility of your body and you're
Mhm.
like, I don't think I want to go skydiving. Like again, sitting here safely in this chair in this room, I am picturing myself in this airplane going up and see like my, my whole body is starting to like contract. Like I can feel like in general adrenaline already like spiking. Just imagining it. I can't I can't fathom what I would be like in a plane, seeing that door open and the ground below me and a person attached to my body saying, "All right, here we go." Like I'm sweating.
It was honestly really fun. We should do it.
No, no, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna willingly jump out of a plane.
Well, that's what you think. Guess what I'm getting you for your 40th birthday?
I will be like, I'm not using it. You just wasted your money. You know what I'll do? I'll send up that picture of me, strap on a picture of me to somebody and have them jump.
Aw.
I think though, if I were given the opportunity to jump out of an airplane, like, again, like just saying those words out loud makes me freak out. And I didn't jump and everybody else jumped, there would be like a teeny tiny portion of me that would be like, oh man, I should have done it.
Yeah, you should just jump.
But then I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna sit on the safe ground. As to Earth signs, Sarah and Maggie are always preparing, which is why it's time to play Till Death Do Us Part.
Aww, why?
The game where they interview potential replacement besties in case the other one kicks the can.
Sarah, our next guests are a best friend duo with a podcast. Sound familiar? And they cover unstable topics too. They just so happen to focus more on legitimate societal brainwashing types of topics. Everything from religion to Jersey Shore and all the things you grew up thinking were too true and then later learned to find out you were being big ol' brainwashed. I am so excited to introduce Nicole and Jenny from the How You Were Brainwashed podcast.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, hello. Thank you for having us.
Nicole and Jenny, I am so excited that y'all are here. I feel like this isn't written in the stars how this meetup. And I'm really excited to see if y'all would be able to replace myself, Maggie, or both of us if the unforeseeable would happen and our friendship dies.
We hope not for you guys.
Yes, but we are ready to see if we can fill it.
The pressure is high. The questions are incredibly challenging, but I have faith in you.
Okay.
Just from knowing you as briefly as I have, I'm like, this could be it, Sarah. This could be the best replacements.
Wow,
Ooh.
an honor. Thank you.
Okay. Now this is like a softball one, to get us kind of lightened up a little bit, to really understand who we are as people. I feel as if this would be a good indicator of that. So, if you had to choose, would you rather every shirt you put on be slightly itchy or only be able to use single ply toilet paper?
Ooh. This is tough. This is brutal.
This is easy for me, I gotta say.
Whoa, Nicole.
I think you gotta go single ply and just use a lot of it. Just wrap and wrap and wrap until it becomes double ply, triple ply.
Wait, do I have other toilet paper accessible, or am I trapped with one ply? Maybe you can't get more, Nicole.
I think you can get no.
Oh,
Maggie,
well, can we get more
no,
plies?
You cannot get more plies.
No, you cannot get more plies. You cannot
Whoa.
innovate around the ply situation. This is you have to only use single ply.
I think still I'm going with it. I could take a shower,
I agree.
but I can't feel comfortable in an itchy shirt.
Yeah, I think I agree. It's like uncomfortable constantly or uncomfortable in that moment.
You're right.
That's the right
You're
answer.
right.
That's the
That
right
was the right
answer.
answer.
Okay,
Amazing.
passed.
I mean, just thinking about wearing a slightly itchy clothing all the time, like it just makes my skin crawl. Like it makes me physically unsettled.
I don't mind if my butthole is itchy, but I do not want my shirt to be itchy.
And you know what? It didn't say you couldn't have a bidet.
Oh, well, that's a great hack.
Wow, Sarah.
I'll take it.
I am not that fancy, but I'm just trying to, that is a loophole, if you will,
Jenny, didn't you get a bidet as a Christmas present from your boyfriend once upon a time?
I got him a bidet. Thank you very much.
Oh, so sorry.
It was like our first Christmas together, and I said, you know what? He needs it was one of those like tushy ones, like you just sort of like attach it to your toilet. It was nothing fancy, but he did love it, and we are married now.
You're
so.
married. Great. So there you go. It was the perfect
I think
gift.
that's a very romantic gift, in my opinion.
Maggie's
Super
husband brought home a bidet one day.
From work, he got it it was in the break room, and so he brought home the bidet.
Oh, wow, just a loose bidet in the break room.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit our toilet, but I kept thinking we were going to replace it. We have not replaced it. It's just there. It's not even hooked up to the water anymore. We just sit on this ill-fitting toilet seat. So clearly, I would go one ply because I don't have very high standards for my bathroom. But I do have high standards for the answer to this next question. You are fans of Real Housewives, which is how I know that you are probably going to be scoring very well on this important question. Okay, so let's imagine that you are a producer for Bravo and you are asked to pick up cameras after a scandal. Would you rather be the producer picking up the footage for Vanderpump Rules after Scandival, or presently picking up footage at Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after Mauricio and Kyle?
Wow, Nicole knows, or you don't know.
Oh, I feel immediately locked in again, but I don't want to sort of drive it. So Jenny, I want to influence you. What do you feel?
I think Scandival. I think it was too
Yeah.
juicy. They're all so messy, Kyle and Mauricio, they're more mature. They're not going to throw a ton of shade. They're not going to get messy in there. And the stuff that went down with Scandival was harrowing. And I want to be on the ground floor for that.
I agree. I think Kyle, it's going to be polished. Whatever we're going to get is not going to be the raw Sheena Shea screaming and crying. It's going to be, 5 versions removed from that, very much like we weren't happy, or it's not going to be raw and real. So Scandival for
Kyle
sure.
Richards is not going to scream, "I wish I had never loved you." She's never going to scream that.
Shakespeare, we got really lucky there.
And you correct. You're correct on this.
So far, it is a complete perfect score game, and we have the last question coming up, and this is going to tap into these brainwashing opportunities. So, would you rather be brainwashed by a cult in the 70s or brainwashed by a multi-level marketing platform scheme of the early 2000s?
I want to say 70s because at least
100%.
I'm having a lot of weird sex,
Thank you.
I'm probably
Yes.
on some drugs. I'm probably having a good time, like Rajanishi, let's get weird. I'm wearing orange. I'm down. I don't want to be selling leggings.
I so agree. Get me in a monochromatic ensemble, having weird intercourse with my neighbors, and not contacting everyone I went to middle school with to be like, "You're gonna love these lotions, babe."
Yeah, you know what? The cults of the 70s were real good until they were bad, and I'd be there for the good time. I'd be there.
100%. It looks like Jamie being out on a ranch, riding horses, growing your own food. When it got too weird, I think I would be strong enough to leave, but I would always live with the messages of me sending to my friends, "Hey, would you like to try these essential oils?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
We can't do
Maggie, we're just going to have a quick aside. So I think
Okay.
I think they answered them 3 for 3.
Yeah, I think it was actually a perfect score.
Yeah.
I'm totally in love with them.
I am too, and I'm actually going to give them bonus points for the Real Housewives because that was really thought out and intellectual. So I would like to say yes.
Okay, yes, me too.
Okay,
I agree.
you tell them.
Okay, I'll tell them. Okay, ladies, we just have to say we would be honored if something happens to this friendship, if you would take our place, host this podcast, be best friends forever. You are truly inspiring to us.
Oh, incredible. We will so excitedly pass that torch and
we happily accept.
And if people in the meantime want to follow you, get to know more about you, how you were brainwashed, where can they find you on the internet?
We are all over Instagram at How Are You Brainwashed Pod. You can also follow me at the Heiser if you want to follow me, Nicole.
At Nicole Spezio, Spiezio, and listen to our pod. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. How Were You Brainwashed? The U is spelled with the letter U because we think we're cute and fun, but you can find it both ways.
I love it. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
It's a bestie connection. Thanks for playing along.
That's it for this episode. Wasn't that fun?
Now it's time for you to subscribe and follow.
And share this episode with a friend.
Ooh, maybe even your bestie.
Find us everywhere online at Unstable Topics. And for more antics, visit us at The Monthly Junk.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.